not going to talk about leprosy today, but I know it's a metaphor in many ways. Because 2 days from today is St. Valentine's Day. And you are precious, and you are special in God's eyes, and you are one of God's sweethearts. Do you remember Valentine's Day being exciting in elementary school? Our teachers, and later as one myself, helped pupils decorate mailboxes where special friends would put our Valentines. As innocent kids, we got excited about the whole happy party atmosphere. Of course, the teachers somewhat deflated our enthusiasm by telling us that we really should give Valentines to everyone. I remember I wanted to single out my secret Valentine, even although I felt sure he didn't know I was alive, along with my special friends. Suddenly, her encouragement to treat everyone with the same kindness put a damper on our spirits, even when we learned to understand why. Maybe that's when the thrill of secret passions was ignited in our hearts, but most of us matured enough to survive that too, and to appreciate the loyalty of true love. Nevertheless, wasn't it wonderful to anticipate receiving Valentines from special friends? Especially before that degree about being all-inclusive came along. We made Valentine cards for our family and favorite friends and sprinkled sparkle dust all over the classroom floor that probably lasted until St. Patrick's Day. I once received a really extraordinary and expensive bought card from a secret admirer. But despite my joyful embarrassment, I never did find out who sent it to me. The original St. Valentine was a young priest who resided in Rome in the 3rd century after the time of Jesus. He was imprisoned for his faith, for marrying Christian couples also, and beheaded by Claudius II in about the year 270, thus making him a Christian martyr. His name was revered, and his feast day lovingly kept on the anniversary of his death, February the 14th. His role in the litany of saints has become somewhat diminished, but the romantic legend he represents lives on. At a much later date, especially in Victorian times, the custom arose of sending written greetings to express affection for a loved one as the harsh days of winter began to give way to early signs of spring. The feast of St. Valentine became identified with this custom and with the love we share with each other and with God, who is all loving. Love makes our souls soar. It makes us feel so precious and special, and that goes for all kinds of loving, generous emotions in our heart, whether for friends or family or God. It is why we still buy and send Valentine cards and gifts. They are symbols of our deep and lasting love. God is love, and God wants each and every one of us to feel the warmth and protection of abiding and everlasting love surround us, no matter what happens, not just on St. Valentine's Day. It was St. Teresa of the Little Flower who said, "To live by love is to go through life sowing peace and joy in hearts." This holy woman came to recognize that her vocation was love. It was the innermost core of who she was, just as it is the heart of who we are as God's beloved daughters and sons. St. Teresa reminded us that love is our calling from God. To love and be loved is the deepest longing of the human spirit. It is a part of our being most like God, but it can be challenging to love your enemy as yourself, despite what the scriptures tell us. As our world struggles with the fear of terrorism, economic slowdowns, and natural disasters, We all need the reassurance of love to rekindle our innocence and trust. And that's why St. Valentine's Day is such a beacon of hope. The legend of St. Teresa tells us that she offered many expressions of love. She wrote letters, notes, prayer cards, and she gifted others with freshly picked flowers from her garden. She was one of those simple but inspired souls who somehow felt in empathy with those who needed a smile, or encouragement, or even motivation. These were her little acts of love. They still are the little things that make a difference in someone's life, day by day. Her little way was both awesome and simple, but it lit up people's souls. You can reach out and touch other people by a kind word too. You can make a difference. St. Valentine's Day is still popular today because it makes our hearts sing. It gives us an opportunity to say, I love you, and you are special to others who need and deserve to hear it. We don't affirm each other enough, but rather take so much for granted without exposing our emotions. Remember, it is the things you don't do or say that you regret the most. You are each living Valentines. You reflect the love of God by your generous outreach to folks around you. You too can demonstrate the spirit of an enormous heart, which echoes the overflowing heart of God. Don't be afraid to say, I love you. Don't be afraid to commit those acts of dangerous unselfishness. May the Lord bless you with love and happiness on St. Valentine's Day and always.